What is up, my friends? So, Avengers Endgame, the movie everybody's waiting for. It's been hyped up so much. There's been leaks, there's been spoilers. Pretty much we're all going in it knowing what to expect, but we all just want to see the spectacle, right? Well, many people don't. And so, if you don't want any spoilers or anything, this is going to be spoiler full in 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. If you're still here, I'm going to fucking spoil the shit out of this movie. It already came out in Australia and China. I myself am somebody who I don't care about spoilers really because it's still a whole different like ball game and spectacle once you see it on the big screen. So I don't give a fuck. So I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about it. So you've been warned. I'm about to speak full on spoilers to the ending. In 1, 2, 3. Pretty much at the beginning of the film, we see Tony return. We see Captain Marvel arrive as well, and the teams are able to find Thanos thanks to Nebula letting them know about the resting place he always talked about. They find him weakened and see that the gauntlet has now infused to him and that he actually destroyed all the stones using the stones. In a fit of rage, they kill him, chopping off his head pretty much. 5 years pass after this, and everybody has gone on with their life. But then we see Ant-Man return after a rat opens up the quantum realm. Yes, a fucking rat saves the whole fucking day, doesn't it? We see Ant-Man return back to the Avengers, and they realize, hey, God can go back in time with the quantum realm. Why don't we just do that as well? And collect all the stones, bring them to the future, and undo what Thanos has done. Tony's like, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm living my life with Pepper. We're in a cabin. I don't want anything to do with this. So they have to go get the help of Professor Hulk, who has now become Professor Hulk. And it looks, according to many people and also some of the footage I've seen, pretty ridiculous, but also pretty awesome as well. So then we see that since Tony doesn't want to help with anything, they try, but they aren't able to pretty much figure it out. But ultimately, Tony does decide to help thanks to Pepper as well. And they are able to go into different points in time to recover the different stones. And then ultimately, they will be used in a gauntlet that Tony will build, thus called the Stark Gauntlet. Everybody's going to get the different stones, the Mind Stone, the Space Stone, the Soul Stone, and of course we know that the Soul Stone, you have to give up a soul for that one. And we see Nat and Clint pretty much fight over who's gonna have to give up the soul, because they're all saying I'm gonna do it, the other one's saying no, I'm doing it. Ultimately Nat does end up doing it, and she sacrifices herself, thus giving that Soul Stone. While all of this is going on, the past Nebula figures out that the present Nebula is doing something because they're still connected through their computer hardware, whatever. And this past evil Nebula lets the past Thanos know as well, who sets out to stop this. After all the stones are collected and the Avengers go back to the present, where Hulk wields the gauntlet and uses a snap to bring people back. After all that and the stones are collected and the Avengers go back to the present with them, we see the Hulk is going to wield the gauntlet to use it to snap and bring everybody back that was pretty much obliterated in Infinity War. But it's too much for him, and we see it take a toll on his arm. But just as we saw the Avengers coming back, they aren't the only ones coming back to the present. It's actually Thanos as well with his whole army, and he obliterates the Avengers compound. We then see a fight break out between the Avengers and Thanos, where they are completely decimated by Thanos and his army, and it's just Steve as the last man standing now, wielding Mjolnir. Just as all hope is lost and it looks like it's the end of the Avengers, we see Doctor Strange pop up, opening portals, allowing everybody to come back from the fallen Avengers, the Wakandan army, and even the Sorcerer Supremes. During the fight, many lives are lost, and just as things begin to look gray, Captain Marvel shows up to help, which allows Tony to take the gauntlet and stones back and wield it himself. As he is overpowered by it, he is still able to have a sort of last breath where he says to Thanos, I am Iron Man, before snapping him and killing Thanos and his army as well. But just as that happens, also Tony dies, surrounded by Peter, Pepper, and Rhodey. We then see everybody at Tony's funeral, where everyone is there from the Avengers. Captain has to go back in time to place the stones where they belong, but he never returns back. We then see an old man, Steve, that Sam and Bucky are talking to, who then passes on the shield to Sam, thus him becoming the new Captain America. And then we finally see Steve have the final dance with Peggy, and he ultimately lives his life. Thor ultimately also as well gives up the Asgardian ruler title, gives it on to Valkyrie, and he goes on to be with the Guardians of the Galaxy because he's not sure where he is supposed to be at this point. Ultimately, that is where all three Avengers' fate lies in Endgame. I'm not sure. It's pretty much like everybody got a happy ending except Tony, and it's kind of crazy because he started it all, and I can see why people are mad about it. Also, why people might be mad about Steve just going back in time and staying there, or Thor giving up the Asgardian rule. But ultimately, I think it works, and I'm gonna make a separate video talking about that after I've seen the movie as well, and talking about why these endings work for these characters. And also, I'll be doing a more ending explained tomorrow as well when I finally see the movie myself. But this sounds legit. It sounds like I'm ready to see all of these scenes play out. Of course, I didn't go too much into detail with all the scenes of them getting the stones. I would do that in my ending explained. But just wanted to talk about the plot, my thoughts. I'm happy with it. I can't wait to see this all play out. I mean, like, seriously, this isn't even spoilers because it's something we all knew was coming and we felt it deep down. You let me know your thoughts. If you've seen the movie, I think it's out in China and Australia. But if you haven't and you're excited to see it, why did you even watch this video? But if you already watched and watching this video, are you happy with this resolution for everybody? Let me know in the comments below. Haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. I'll see y'all tomorrow, and I'm excited. I'm ready. Stay positive, my friends.